What is going on, guys, and welcome back to a new video. RX7 time. I always love filming RX7 videos. There's so much things to do to the RX7. I have a lot planned for it, but at the moment we are basically fixing everything that's wrong with it. Now, after putting every single thing back together in the boot, everything had to come back out again. So I had to take the whole boot apart, and it looks like we're going to have to take a bit of the carpet and that side out as well. Now, when I originally picked up the RX7, it was something I noticed straight away and I thought would be an easy fix, but it doesn't seem to look like it. Now, pulling on this thing here, pulling to the left is what opens the fuel cap. Now, I thought it would have been a pretty easy fix and something to do in here, because the fuel cap keeps staying open, and whenever I drive it just opens up. And this thing right here that holds the fuel cap door is snapped, so the person that owned the RX7 previously before me must have yanked this open and snapped that off. I thought it was just this little plastic fitting here. I bought one brand new from Mazda and changed it out. That wasn't it, so now I had to buy the whole cable, which again is brand new from Mazda. Crazy knowing that this car's 30 years old now and you can still buy brand new parts for it. And this right here is the thing that snapped off. Gonna have to replace the whole cable just for this little piece. Can you believe it? So it looks like this cable basically runs off here, because it's on the same switch with the boot lock. Goes around here, under there, all the way around to the front of the car. Alright guys, so we've made some progress, which is always fun. Now, we've ripped apart all the carpet in the boot, we ripped apart the back seats and this side of the boot trim, just so we can get access to the fuel lid stuff from inside here. I've also unbolted that one 14mm that holds this thing in, which is the fuel door holder. Now, luckily enough for me, I didn't have to take this side of the boot trim out. Reason being is because this boot cable goes in through there, comes back out this hole, goes around, just passes it underneath there, and then goes underneath this quarter and goes straight under here. So that's the cable right there. Now, I think all I'm going to have to do is take this off, one screw here, one screw right there, and then we should get to where we need to be. Guys, fingers crossed, these are the only things I have to take off. I don't really like pulling this car apart because it is a 30-year-old car and all the clips are so brittle. Literally so scared to pull things apart, because everything just breaks in your hands. Now, luckily for me, nothing has broken as of yet. Just maybe one or two little clips, which are replaceable clips. And that is pretty much it. I'm gonna get back to work. I'm gonna take the rest of the stuff I need to take off. And let's just replace this cable and get this fuel door sorted so I can start driving the RX7 without the fuel door opening up on me. Okay, so I managed to get the cable off. There was two 10mm bolts, one right there and one right there. Here they are. And a little plastic clip, which is here, which covers the whole mechanism, making it look nice and pretty. Now, we didn't have to take the rest of the carpet out. Thank God we didn't have to take that out, because that was going to open up a bunch more potential issues. Now we're going to take this cable off this latch, put the new one on, but before we do that, we are going to start from the back. Reason being is because we have to pass this mechanism through this hole here, and if we start from the front, we're not going to be able to pass it through here. So we'll do the job once, we'll do it right, and we'll start all the way from the back, chase it all along there, put that in there, secure that in there, and then we'll take it to the front. And just like that, guys, the old cable is out right there. The new cable is plugged in at the front, passed through where it's supposed to go. Just got to bolt that in there and then connect it here, and we've got ourselves a working fuel cap door with a latch that works. Awesome. And Nick's come to join in on the fun.
I've come now that it's ended because I can't be
adding in on the last piece. Alright guys, it's actually been a few days since we've done the fuel cap latch. I'll show you right now that the fuel cap is sitting actually where it's supposed to be, which since I've owned the car, the fuel cap hasn't actually latched before, and when I was going over bumps it was opening, and people were telling me at traffic lights that my fuel cap is open. Anyway, now that that's done and I'm happy that's all sorted, we can start taking the RX7 on drives and not being worried about the fuel cap latch being open. Before I put the interior back together, as you can see inside, it's half pulled apart. I actually thought to myself, I may as well put new speakers in the back, because I don't know if some of you have been watching the build series for the RX7 from the start. This was actually a barn find RX7. It had a lot of pieces missing off it. I travelled all the way up to Queensland from New South Wales and I picked up a bunch of parts to finish my RX7 off. I've still got a bunch of parts left in the garage, so if you guys need any RX7 parts, FD specifically, feel free to hit me up on our Instagram, send me a DM and I'll let you know if I have any parts available for you guys. Anyway, one of those parts that I didn't have was actually have speakers in the car. So I took a trip down to our local auto barn. Shout out to you guys are awesome down there. I took some mock-up speakers with me because they're pretty weird size. And let's see what we got. So we got kicker 6.5, and we've also got these 6x8s, I believe. So hopefully they match up. If they do, then we'll be putting them in the RX7. The wiring's already there, so I'm just gonna keep that wiring that's in there. As you can see here, I don't know why someone would take the speakers out the back. So the wiring's all there, and it's got an aftermarket head deck. I didn't buy one at the time. I just wanted to complete the rear since the interior is all pulled apart. So I'm going to connect those speakers in, and then I shall start putting the RX7 back together, and then we can start enjoying it properly and taking it on some drives. Someone was actually telling me in the comments of one of the videos that this part here is really rare. Now I didn't know that, and I did some research, and it is pretty rare to have those on your car. If you guys know more about that, feel free to let me know in the comments exactly what RX7s that came out on. If that's original for my car or if that was added aftermarket. This car is actually a 92 model R1 spec. So it's a pretty cool spec. Just needs a lot of love and affection. Which it is getting. I'm trying my hardest to make it as best as I could. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, what you think about it. And also let me know what else you think I should do to the RX7 too. I actually want some of my subscribers to tell me some of the mods that they would love to see on the RX7. Because if you guys love it, and I'm sure I will love it. Let's go. What's going on, Nick? Helping me fix the RX7, eh?
Yeah.
Love you, brother. Alright, we just took the original brackets off the car that I put in it previously with no speakers in it. I just bolted our new kicker speaker into the bracket, put this wire with plugs on it, heat shrink to the original wiring, and we're just going to plug it straight up. Simply plug and play. New speakers, old brackets, same wiring. Let's get it. Alright, the back of the RX7 is complete. All the interior is back in. Thanks, mate.
No worries, buddy.
It's starting to get dark again. This is the third day we've been working on the RX7. And now that the back is complete though, we actually have a little bit of a bigger issue. So we originally thought we'll put rear speakers in the car because you had no rear speakers, and that would fix our issue, but in fact that's not the case. The real case was the wiring to the stereo, which is a pretty old stereo. So we started pulling it apart and we noticed that a bit of the wiring has been let's just say not really been treated well, and now that front speaker and this front speaker, sorry, and that back speaker aren't working. So we diagnosed them, we figured out that it is in fact the radio that's not giving those speakers power, and we're gonna have to buy a new radio for the car too. Also, as we were taking this 30-year-old piece off, we had a bit of a mishap. Yes, the top of the dash did crack. We're also going to need to buy one of those, but that's all right. We've got a few parts to order, so we're going to get a new radio, we're going to get the new top of the dash fixed as well, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to cap this video here. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video on the RX7. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and like for more. Cheers, we'll see you in the next one.